Hello screenwriters, we are back for another episode of Watch Me Write, where I discuss writing my very first screenplay. Every episode I write 5 pages and I discuss those 5 pages. I haven't really talked about all the characters in my screenplay of So Lost in Brooklyn. Let's talk about the protagonist, the main character, which is Kafella. Kafella is a nerd. He's very computer savvy, and the story basically follows his journey. There are additional characters as well. There's Jamal, which is Kafella's older brother, not that much older. And then there's the other 2 friends, which is Chris. He's a young kid. He plays basketball, hothead. And there's Alonzo. He's the oldest of the 4 friends. We follow the journey of the 4 friends in this murder mystery. And there's some additional characters that play a major role in the overall story, which I'll get to in the next few pages. Let's talk about what happened in the previous 5 pages. One thing I noticed as I was writing the screenplay, there are a lot of character directions. If you don't know what character directions is, there are the wording in the parentheses under the character's name. It's basically telling the reader what the character is supposed to be doing or the emotions. I need to go back eventually and take out a majority of the character directions. One thing readers might tell you as you begin your writing journey is to stay away from too many character directions. The reason for this is, let's say your screenplay gets produced, it is the job of the actors to portray the emotion of the characters. It's okay to put little character directions here and there, especially if a character direction is pretty significant to a scene. Don't overdo it like I did. In the previous 5 pages, I also established the character dynamics between Kafella, his older brother Jamal, and their father Pops. I showed some of the tension early on between all 3 of them. Just from the 1 or 2 pages that Pops is in, you could tell who his favorite son is, and that plays a major part down the road with the overall story. The previous pages 6 through 10, I spent a lot of time world building. I showed the streets of Brooklyn and the everyday activities that's happening. I really wanted to establish the world we were in early on. Previously, I teased the villain. However, in these past 5 pages, I actually introduced the villain fully. His name is Damien, and I made sure that I had Damien interact with the characters. Damien interacted with the 3 friends, Jamal, Alonzo, and Chris. Kafella was in there, obviously. I still wanted the villain to interact with the majority of the characters. As you will see, this will play a factor in the next few scenes. By introducing the villain, making the villain interact with these characters, it shows how Jamal could be a hothead. Another thing that you'll hear from a lot of readers and established screenwriters is film screenwriting is a visual medium. I definitely took that to mind. In particular, when I was writing this particular scene, this is when we introduced Pops for the first time, and that's page 8. In that particular scene, I use a photo album to build the scene. In the photo album, it shows from when Kafella was a young child to what happens to his mother, and I also added some clues in that scene. What that scene does, it eliminates a lot of potential exposition later on or characters having to explain things. That's it for the previous 5 pages, pages 6 through 10. Next up are pages 11 through 15. If you think about writing your first screenplay, go to your favorite app store, download Stratword. Also, like this video and make sure you subscribe, because I want new screenwriters to discover this channel so they can learn and write their next screenplay. Fade out. There's one main character.